There are certain stories about celebrities that, no matter how much time passes, the public can't stop wondering about. These stories are not confined to glossy magazine covers or sensational headlines. They touch the deepest strings of human emotion. The story of Tom Cruise and his daughter Suri Cruise is one of them. Back then, the world was enamored with the image of one of Hollywood's most powerful men holding his little girl in his arms, shielding her from the storm of camera flashes, kissing her soft hair, and smiling as if the entire world consisted of just the two of them. Suri, with her wide, bright eyes and pure beauty, was once called the little princess of the entertainment world, not only because she was the daughter of a superstar, but because she embodied the perfect blend of her father's charisma and her mother Holmes' gentle elegance. And yet, as time passed, everything changed in ways no one could have predicted. From those once inseparable father-daughter moments, now, for many years, Tom Cruise and Suri have not been seen together. No hand-holding, no exchanged glances, no family portraits. The absolute absence has created a void that defies easy explanation, leaving the public with feelings of curiosity, sadness, and, at times, a lingering sense of loss. Today, Suri is grown. The little girl from years past is now tall, strikingly beautiful, and carries the effortless allure of a young woman at 19, confident in her presence, yet with eyes that hold a maturity far beyond her age. But behind that beauty lies a story of loss and self-reliance, of growing up under the relentless pressure of the media, and, above all, of the journey to discover who she is when a vital part of her family seems to have vanished from her life. It is precisely this blend of undeniable beauty, prestigious lineage, and an unspoken emotional void that has made Suri a figure the world cannot look away from. Not out of gossip, but in search of an answer to a deeply human question. Can one truly be happy when missing the hand of the person who once meant everything? There's something fascinating that the media and the public often forget. Children born into the spotlight are never truly allowed a normal childhood. They grow up under the glare of flashbulbs, every step, every smile, every tear scrutinized and archived. Suri Cruise, the only daughter of Tom Cruise and Holmes, is one of the clearest examples of this reality. At 19, standing at the threshold of adulthood, she has already gone through a journey that many outsiders assume is entirely bathed in glamour. Yet in truth, it is filled with shadows of loss, separation, and the struggle to define her own identity. And the surprising thing is, stepping into 2024, Suri has had a more radiant year than ever before. Not because of her superstar father's fame, but because of the independence and quiet strength she has been building for years. This is the moment to look back at the milestones, not just to know who Suri is, but to understand a bigger message. Being born into the limelight doesn't guarantee happiness, and stepping out of that shadow is the real victory. In just 12 months, Suri has marked a series of turning points, graduating from the prestigious LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and Performing Arts in New York, moving to Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, and, most importantly, learning to design her life without leaning on her family's fame. At her graduation, she didn't choose the surname Cruz, a name that would instantly draw recognition. Instead, she listed herself in the yearbook as Suri Noel, taking her mother's middle name. It was a small choice, but a powerful statement. I am me, not just Tom Cruise's daughter. This is not a rejection of her roots, but a way of building her own identity, in a world that insists on labeling people by their background. This shift becomes even more meaningful when you look at Suri's relationship with her mother, Holmes. In her formative years, Katie was almost her only companion, playing the roles of mother, father, and protective shield against the noise from a broken marriage to Tom Cruise. In fact, Suri's visits home have often been more than simple family reunions. They've been heartfelt surprises, showing up on her mother's birthday in December, or quietly sitting in the audience to watch Katie perform in Our Town on Broadway just weeks after moving to Pittsburgh. For Suri, these gestures are perhaps her way of saying, physical distance cannot weaken the bond of family. Yet behind these sweet moments lies an inevitable sense of change. Katie once told Town & Country magazine that she felt both proud and sad when her daughter left home. It's a reminder that for parents, especially single mothers, the moment a child leaves is not only the child's coming of age, but also a profound shift in the parent's own life. In this sense, Suri is not just a first-year college student. She is living proof of a successful parenting journey, forged by a mother who has had to face the pressures of public opinion, legal battles, and the relentless demands of the entertainment industry. Moving to Pittsburgh meant leaving behind the comfort of her Manhattan apartment to live in a dorm with another female student. Her college life now has no full-time bodyguards, no daily tabloid chases. Instead, it's filled with packed class schedules, extracurricular activities, and ordinary choices like which campus dining hall to eat at or when to hit the gym. But it's precisely this ordinary that is perhaps something she has never fully experienced in her 19 years. While others seek the spotlight, Suri seeks anonymity, a luxury for children born into fame. In her personal life, Suri once had a high school romance with Toby Cohen, a fellow LaGuardia student. The two broke up when they went off to different colleges, but in the summer of 2024, she enjoyed a light-hearted summer romance, carefree, unpressured, and fleeting. This not only reflects the love life of an ordinary young woman, but also shows that Suri is savoring her personal freedom after years of being bound by others' expectations and assumptions. Suri Cruise, growing ever more beautiful, with a height and facial features reminiscent of her world-famous father, Tom Cruise, was once the cherished daddy's girl, appearing by his side in family moments that drew admiration from around the globe. Yet, that once warm relationship has gradually shifted into a cold distance so striking that many fans feel a pang of sadness each time her name is mentioned. The biggest question is not only why, but how has that shaped the Suri we see today? A question powerful enough to hold the attention of anyone curious about the truth behind Hollywood's curtain. Suri's beauty today is not simply the result of inheriting the genes of two famous parents. It is a beauty shaped by experience. Years spent witnessing her parents' marriage fall apart, growing up with only her mother by her side and choosing to live a quiet life, distanced from the storm of the media. If her height evokes the strong, commanding presence of Tom Cruise, her eyes and smile carry the softness and warmth of Katie Holmes, the mother who has played not only the role of parent, but also the role of steadfast shield protecting her daughter. It's hard to imagine that the little girl once carried in Tom Cruise's arms at glittering film premieres, once called Hollywood's little princess, is now almost never seen with her father. This absence is not only a topic of tabloid speculation, but also a larger question about what truly happened behind closed doors. A father-daughter bond, once recognized worldwide as a symbol of paternal love, has seemingly vanished without a sound, leaving an emptiness in the hearts of fans, and perhaps in Suri's own heart as well. What is even more striking is how Suri has chosen to face that absence. Without resentment, without seeking to expose or capitalize on her personal story for the media, she has chosen to focus on herself, studying, engaging in artistic pursuits, and building her own image. In 2024, she began a new chapter, enrolling at Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, leaving behind New York and the spotlight she had long known. This was not just a geographical move, but a clear statement. Suri intends to write the next chapter of her life on her own terms, without letting the past or the towering shadow of her family dictate her future. In that process, the public has begun to notice something remarkable. As she grows older, Suri shines in a different way, without noise, without scandal, without relying on media favoritism. She is seen in ordinary places, living a student's life with experiences that are profoundly normal, sharing a dorm with a roommate, eating in the cafeteria, taking walks across campus. This normalcy, for someone who was once the center of the global paparazzi's attention, is priceless. And yet, Suri's beauty and success today cannot be separated from the mark left by her famous father. In the public consciousness, she will always be Tom Cruise's daughter, a title that is both a privilege and a burden. A privilege because it brings attention and opportunities few ever receive. A burden because it means every step she takes will be compared, scrutinized, and tied to a man whose career, personal life, and choices have always sparked debate. The lingering questions remain. Is the current distance between them a choice made by one, or by both? And will the bridge between their two worlds ever be rebuilt? When people look at Suri today, they see more than just a tall, elegant young woman with intelligent eyes. They see a larger story, one of breaking free from a fractured relationship in order to grow without losing self-respect. She is living proof that love and family bonds do not have to be displayed publicly to be real, and that sometimes, choosing silence is the best way to protect oneself. The truth is, the public may never know the full story of what happened between Suri and Tom Cruise. But what we can clearly see is the path Suri is walking. One built on resilience, guided by a devoted mother, and driven by a desire to define herself. And at 19, that journey is only just beginning.